Hello, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. I didn't know what to film today, so I'm doing something that's been on my to film list for a very long time. Literally since none of the products that I'm currently panning, except for one, were in any projects. And that is, as you can see from the title, a project pan Get Ready With Me. So I don't really have anything planned to talk about. I'm sure I'll end up rambling about something, as I always do. But I try to feature as many of the projects that I'm doing currently as I could. I think the only project that, actually no, I think both of the projects that I'm doing on Instagram, just randomly, this was not on purpose, but both of my Instagram projects, which are the King Henry VIII project by Julie and the Office Project Pan by Mona, I don't think either of those are featured in this video, but you should check out my Instagram if you would like to see what I'm panning in those projects. So I'm gonna get started with my moving challenge, which is not really officially a project pan. It's just kind of like a project pan-esque challenge that I'm doing for myself because I'm moving. Yeah, this is the Dose of Colors Lip Reveal Lip Balm in the shade Peach, but I don't think the shade is made anymore. I think it's just the clear one. But I always start, and there's not a lot left. I have to squeeze so hard to get anything out. But I always start my makeup. I never show this part, but I always start by putting a lip mask on so that it can marinate while I'm doing my makeup, and then I have not crusty lips. And I'm going to start with my eyes, as I usually do. If I'm not doing a single shadow on my eyes, I always start with my eyeshadow, but can't get my eyeshadow primer out. Okay, this is not in a project, but this is also a non-negotiable, so I'm just going to use it. I guess the first thing I can talk about is yesterday was the final for the World Cup, which I didn't even realize because I don't really follow most sports in general, but I definitely I don't think it's a bad thing if you do. Just personally, I don't really care about soccer, so I don't follow the World Cup. I don't think I've watched a World Cup game since I was in middle school, because our teacher wanted to do a viewing party, and then I haven't kept up with even who was in the matches since I was literally in Europe during the World Cup. I was in France and Spain when France and Spain were playing. Other than that, I just don't really care to keep it on my radar. Oh, before I keep rambling on, I'm gonna clean my brush off. The palette that I'm using is my Sephora Collection Precious Gemstones in the shade, or the palette Color Story Jade. This is my current palette for my project Level Up Light, which was created by Sophie, and I'm currently just panning one look that I do over and over again, which is I take the cream shade and set my eyeshadow primer, but just in the transition area, and then I take this olive, I mean you'll end up seeing it, but I probably will forget to explain what I'm doing. So I take this olive matte green, put that all over my eye, put this kind of grungy green with gold reflex on my lid, and then I put this gold kind of flaky shade on the inner part of my lid and my inner corner. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now I can't remember what I was saying. Can't decide which mirror to use. Yeah, basically I'm not super into soccer, but at the very beginning of the World Cup, before it started, DoorDash was doing this thing oh, guess who is gonna win the World Cup, and then you get a share of DoorDash credits, and I was oh yeah, sure, why not, because I don't have to pay anything for it. So I asked my dad, and he was yeah, I think Spain's gonna win. I don't know, he just always is really good at this stuff. He always wins March Madness. So I just asked him, and I was I literally have nothing to lose. They did win, of course, as you know by now. And yeah, I got DoorDash credits, so that was nice. I did have to split it with everyone else who guessed Spain though, which was 300,000 other people. So it ended up not being that much. It was like 16 bucks, but a win is a win, and that's like a free meal. So thank you, Dad, because you just paid for my dinner. I usually am not this sloppy with the eyeshadow, but I get distracted when I'm talking. I cannot do two things at once usually. I didn't even watch it though. Like my friend, actually my two friends were watching it. We were just like doing FaceTime audio, and they were like playing the audio for me. It was kind of a boring, like I already don't care about soccer though, and it was very boring. Like it was 0-0 the entire game, and they had to go into overtime or whatever it's called in soccer. And then finally Spain put us out of our misery and scored. It's been very hot, as you know. If you've been watching me, I've been complaining about this very regularly the past few weeks. It's just miserable for me. I hate the heat. I hate it. I'm gonna take this glitter primer, also not in a project, so I'm gonna breeze past this, but also a non-negotiable. So now I'm just taking, I should like really sit up straight and fix my posture and use this mirror. Now I'm just taking that like grungy green shade, and after this use I will just have to use it or like do this look 4 more times, spoiler, and then I will have leveled up. This is my level 4 palette, if you couldn't have guessed by me using 4 shades to like finish my goal on this palette. But I'm very excited to level up because obviously my next level is going to be level 5. Now I'm just taking that gold shade, but I feel like that palette will be like a fairly easy palette to hit my goal on. And then I'm just really excited for level 6 because I've never gone past level 5 in Project Level Up, either like the regular level up or light, because every year I've done it. Like I didn't have any palettes that had like more than 5 pans, or like the first, why am I going into my in-depth history on this project? My first year doing this project, I did the regular Project Level Up, but I was just panning like my, sorry if you heard that, my like little elf quads, and then my I have it here, my elf rose gold palette. Last year I was doing my dose of colors, and almost all of those palettes only had 5 pans, so I could only go up to level 5. And this year I only had 2 palettes that were smaller than 5 pans, but I don't think either of them got chosen when I was like randomizing my palette, so I didn't have to worry about that anyway. Now I'm gonna clean up any fallout I got, and then do my eyeliner, which I'm also not like technically panning, but these are the only ones that I'm using. I like originally this year started by just trying to get through my like Urban Decay eyeliner pencils because they were really small, and then I remembered I have these brown eyeliners on the Tarte Quick Sticks, and these are very old. I think the first, I have like 2 of them that still have the eyeliners on them. They're both just brown eyeliners. I can't remember which one, but one of these was from holiday, I think 2022, and I'm pretty sure the other one was from holiday 2023. They're like a year apart, but either way, that's very old for an eyeliner. Definitely older than my Urban Decay eyeliners. So I'm just hoping that I can get through both of these this year. However, they're going very slowly. The black eyeliners from Tarte, like the twist up eyeliners from Tarte that are specifically in the black shade, go very, very quickly because it's more of like a gel formula. And these are not. It's a different, I don't know why the formulas are different, but it's so hard to get through these. And I'm gonna skip a wing because I'm not panning it, so there's no point in doing it right now. And I need to remember to mark my tallies after I film this video. But for now, I'm just gonna get into my face. And for primer, lately I've been using like the Supergoop Mineral Unseen Sunscreen, and then this on top. That's what I've been doing almost every day. But on the days that I'm not going anywhere, so I don't need the sunscreen, I've just been using this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this is in my Actually, both of these are in my 26 and 2026, so and I'm not planning on going anywhere today. So I'm just gonna take this primer and put it all over my base. And now I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Glow Booster for Radiant Skin in the shade 4 Medium. Guys, look how much I've used, and I probably shouldn't be showing you this because I'm filming the update for this in like less than a week, but I'm so surprised at how much I've used so far. I just kind of use like this, about this much comes off on the doe foot, and I use 3 of these. So I use the first bit on my cheek and then like on my chin, and then I dip back in and use it on my other cheek. This is like literally what I do every single day. And then on my upper lip. And then finally the third dip is like on my forehead and my nose. Hello. Do I look fabulous? So now I just blend this in. And I'm gonna try not to get it on my earrings because I mean these are already pretty tarnished. They're just like some cheapies from Target. And I'm just like, I originally thought, oh, maybe I should use the like, I know I really like this product, the Halo Glow from e.l.f. I know I really like it for summer, but I was thinking, oh, maybe I should start by using the NARS foundation because one, I know I can finish it in 2 months, like by the time I leave, because I'm moving at the end of August. But then I just started using this one and I couldn't stop using it because I absolutely love the finish, especially when I combine it with a setting spray that I'm going to be using. And now I'm this is not in a project, but this is the Best Skin Ever concealer. And yeah, I could not stop using it, and then I was like, whatever, like I'm just enjoying using it, so I don't care. But I'm gonna let it sit, and I'm gonna use my contour, which is the Westman Atelier Mini Face Trace Contour Stick in the shade Truffle. I was just having fun using the Halo Glow, and then one day I noticed how much I had used. So I guess I go through it a lot more quickly than I thought I did, which I guess like for panning is a good thing. So yeah, I'm excited to have like really good progress for my first update for this round of products in my 26 and 2026, which by the way, that contour stick is also in my 26 and 2026. I don't know, I was like the crazy person I am last night. I was like going through my notes app and like trying to plan out which products I will have out during which updates for that project. And there are a few things that I'm like, basically I realized that I put probably too many like glowy base products in that project, because like even though I always use like a pore filling primer and then a glowy primer on top, I totally like forgot that this, which I was counting as like a foundation, is my glowy primer and foundation in one. So I feel like I have too many glowy products in that project, and I don't know if I'm gonna finish them all, but I don't know, maybe I'll end up swapping things out like I did in the first half of the year. We'll just see. And I do really like this concealer, but I feel like it creases a lot lately. Like it's easy to tap it out, but I feel like it creases very easily, and I think that's because I'm putting it on top of something that's like too glowy and hydrating. I probably just need to put it on top of something a little more dry. Now for the blush, my other Westman Atelier stick. This is the blush in the shade Doo Doo. And okay, I will say this blush, I've been having a little bit of trouble with it. Like if you put this on your skin, like just on top of a regular primer, oh my gosh, I can't talk. If you put it on top of like what I consider to be just a regular primer, it works completely fine, and it's actually very pigmented. But I feel like maybe because I'm putting it on top of a glowy primer, it's like unless I put a lot on, it gets very patchy. Like I put 4 swipes on, so it doesn't, luckily it doesn't look patchy right now, but I feel like, I don't know, sometimes the patchiness just really annoys me with this blush. Not that I plan on repurchasing it anyway because it's extremely expensive. Now for my powder, this is also in my 26 and 2026. This is my, I originally started out with this in the first round of products, and then I had to take it out because I was not making any progress on it at all. But this is the Makeup Forever Loose Setting Powder. This is the Ultra HD Setting Powder in the shade 3.0 Golden Beige. And then I take my Scooby-Doo Wet n Wild face powder brush. Okay, I stopped recording, but and there's a bunch of powder flying in the air now, but I started powdering this half of my face. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this because it's pretty straightforward. This is my like favorite loose setting powder ever. I'm definitely repurchasing this after I finish it, but it's my oldest powder in my collection, so I kind of wanted to use it before it goes bad. And this is like literally more or less, like I don't always use this exact combination of products, but I feel like for the most part this is what I do every single day. And I'm just gonna keep powdering my T-zone because I'm never fully mattified in that area. For my highlight, I'm gonna use my face palette that's in my Pan Those Palettes. This is the face palette, obviously the face palette portion of that project. And this is, I mean, I depotted this years ago, but the only highlighter in this face palette is, it's like a yellow iridescent, like a yellow gold, and it's 1/2 of this really old e.l.f. highlighter that I got as a free gift with purchase, and like I think my very first e.l.f. purchase ever. And even though I like don't like it as a traditional highlighter, I do think it is pretty in certain occasions. And on top of that, I'm gonna take the, this is not in a project, but this is the Essence Pure Nude, just to give it a bit of warmth. I'm very glowy today. And now for setting spray, this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm Mattifying Setting Spray. This is just the mini, but I do plan, once I finish this one and the only other setting spray I have in my collection, I do plan on buying this in a full size because I love this. And I definitely need it right now, especially for the summer when I'm so, let's say, glowy. Usually I end up going back and doing another layer of this because actually today I think I'm okay because I did powder a lot, but usually I have to go in with a second layer at the end of my makeup because I just get so shiny. Now I'm gonna do my brows, and I think I'm honestly just gonna skip this part because it's really boring. I'm not panning any brow products, so I'll do my brows with this like Maybelline Build-A-Brow. Then I'll do my mascara, which I don't like showing on camera anyway, with my like YSL Lash Clash, and then I'll come back. Okay, now all that there is left to do is my lips. So I'm kind of deciding between two. So I could either, because I really like the yellow gold that I have going on, so I probably could do like my ABH, this is so tiny, this is in my 54321 project, my ABH lip liner in malt, and then just put my like Fenty lip oil in the shade Superfine Sugar on top because I feel like the gold would really match this. Or I can do my warm tone, since like this is more of a warm tone eye, I can do my NYX Butter Gloss, also my 54321 in the shade Caramel. So I think I'm gonna try both, and I just have to wipe off what I have on my lips now. First I'll start with Caramel because that's easier to take off. And I like really have to dig, like if you can see all the, I shouldn't be spoiling all these projects, but if you can see all the windowing in there, like I really have to dig to get product. But this, and this is like the lip product that I usually use when I do this look, but sometimes I feel like I like it, but I feel like I don't love it. Okay, I just took that one off. Now I'm gonna go in with my itty bitty little malt lip liner, and I'll like fast forward this part, but I'm just gonna fill in all of my lips. I also realized I should change my earrings because I originally was planning on doing a cool tone look, which is why I was wearing these silver earrings and why I'm wearing this gray, but I ended up going with more of a gold theme. So now I'm gonna put this Superfine Sugar on top, and I'm going to wipe the doe foot off after I do, so don't be scared. That's what it looks like. And okay, even though this is quite a bold look both on my eyes and lips, especially because I'm not going anywhere, I like it, and I think I'm gonna keep this for the final look. So I think that's a really pretty combination too, because the darkness of a lip liner brings out the gold flecks, which I feel like you usually can't, or I usually can't see when I'm wearing this lip oil because they're so light on my skin tone, and I have a very warm skin tone anyway. So that's a really good combination. But yeah, this is the final look for my project pan. Get ready with me. I'm panning a lot of items, just like barely scratched the surface. But more or less this is kind of what I've been doing every day. Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe I should go somewhere. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll do my grocery shopping today because this is kind of cute. Like, I can't stop looking in the mirror, especially at my lip color. That's a really, really pretty combination for, I don't know if it really shows up the best on camera. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but in person, that's really pretty. So yeah, I will see you in my next video, and until then, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.